Brothers, Mike is going on tour. UK tour. Vittorio's laughing in the background. Is putting me off, but fuck him, brothers, because Mike's coming with his new show. Brand new hour of stand-up comedy. Cruel Little Man. Very different than nasty character. There's cruelty instead of nastiness. And tickets are on sale now on Patreon. 10 a.m. May 1st. Tickets are going to be available on Patreon pre-sale. There's a little code there, but that's just for the Patreons who I love dearly, like my own children. And the rest of you who I love like other people's children. Tickets are on sale May 2nd, 10 a.m. Lads, general sale. Right, that's Friday, May 2nd, 10 a.m. Tickets are on sale. I am going to Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Dundee, Cardiff, Bristol, Glasgow, Newcastle, Birmingham, Hab, Oxford, Hull, Sheffield. Stop laughing, you cunt. Right? Manchester. I've got to sell things too. Manchester, Liverpool, London, Leeds, Brighton. Brothers. Some of my biggest venues that I've ever done. It's a brand new show. I'm really proud of it. I think it's my funniest show ever. Get fucking tickets now and I'll love you forever. It's tough. I've had to do this promotion in front of two other people. It's humiliating. And the only thing that would make it worthwhile if you do buy tickets, so get the tickets and I'll love you and your families forever. Okay, thank you. Bye. Brothers.
Oh, give it a fun. Yeah, we're fine.
Can we move this chair a bit closer?
What?
He feels far away.
No, he's right there.
I feel very at peace here.
I can't move me. He's too fat.
Was that just for that?
I don't know.
A little bit.
Bit of fun.
That was the most active fat shaming I've ever
Mike's
seen.
been calling Mike took his shirt off.
I didn't take my shirt off. Are we rolling,
Mike's been
by the
taking
way?
his shirt off a lot recently.
Mike got to a gig the other week. Turn up late, sweating, as he always does.
Right.
You know when
the-
Mike walks into a gig, it's like...
The Mike special.
Yeah. Just walks in like, and he's surprised that London isn't... He thinks it's like wherever he grew up, where you just walk into people's homes and that, and they're just welcome.
Yeah, doors are open, yeah.
The Shire and...
Mike always looks like he's been mugged.
That's a lovely thing to say.
Turns up without a bag and one shoe.
Yeah.
Mike's been mugged by the universe at all times.
And you know what's funny? I've never been actually mugged, and I think that it's because people see me and I look like I've already been mugged.
Yeah.
There's no way he has anything
There's
left.
like he's had everything
You
taken
don't need
from
to
him.
mug you. You're dropping things out of your pockets at all
I am
times.
literally just throwing all my possessions.
The Artful Dodger thinks you're a waste of time.
That's
There's
right.
no fun. There's no chase. He's throwing things at
My
me.
wallet, like Johnny Appleseed, just throwing my phone, my possessions.
Coins round the place.
Yeah. But I came in, sweating. I did to that gig. Well, this is what you were at, I think you were objectifying, was perverted. You were perverted in the way you were acting.
You perverted the course of justice.
I would never perverse at a gig.
He was
It's a
perverse.
sacred space.
He was perversing.
There's no one worth perversing. It's comedy. Everyone's a four.
He
You're
was.
fine.
He was.
Everyone's a type 5.
He was perversing. He was depraving. Just looking around, a little horny head, and I'm like, oh, I'm from Croydon. This is my alley. So that's how he was doing.
It's very accurate.
Whatever, mate.
I don't like the hunching over. The hunching over is what. And you extended your belly there a little bit. I don't like
I
this
didn't
fat
extend my
shaming.
belly.
Did coke and fought a guy. Fuck yeah, I'll fight. So what? I'm a fighter. Yeah,
We're very close to... You just stand up like an anti-Semitic cartoon.
I know. I've said this before. I look like that Oy vey meme.
You look like Lenny from The Simpsons. That's right.
What? Whoa.
That's not bad.
Lenny's.
I don't know why that
You
is
don't
like-
look like Carl.
You don't look like Carl. That's a fact. You're a Lenny.
You're a
I'm a
Lenny.
Lenny. Lenny's just a lame name, isn't it?
It is. Oh, great
Leonard,
one, but,
there's some good Leonards throughout the years. Bernstein, he was gay and good at music.
right?
Cohen.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen, good at music. Not actually good at music, good at writing. Bad singer, I think. Leonard
He
Cohen.
wrote Hallelujah, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just, so long, Marianne. Doo-doo-doo. It's a lovely little tune by Leonard Cohen. Do you know that one?
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't, you pair of Philistine stupid cunts. Yeah, he has another one called Suzanne, goes down. You don't know it
Are
either?
they all just lady names?
There's a lot of ladies. He was a horny man.
Marianne, Suzanne,
Yeah.
Barbara.
Jenny, Kitty. I had someone, I recently heard it called their new baby Kitty. Is that a bit mad?
Because Catherine. It must be Catherine,
No,
but is it birth certificate Kitty?
No, birth certificate
Yeah,
Kitty.
man. If you want them to have a cute nickname, just do the actual name. You know what I mean?
I think that should be the law. Like, you have to go, like, that's a Catherine, but you could call it Kitty.
Right.
Yeah.
I went out with a girl called Charlotte, and but she was called Lottie. I didn't know that was a thing, and then it's like 7 months in, I found out she was called Charlotte, and like I put up like a pass of hers or something, and I was like, your name's Charlotte? And she's like, what the fuck do you think Lottie's short for? And you know when you watch someone go, oh my God, I can't believe I fucked this thing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm...
What, this thing?
Yeah,
they're people.
No, she
it's
pulled out
about
about me, you fucking...
Huh? Oh,
It's about him.
How did you get lost in that story?
Sorry,
there
lad.
was two people
There's two
involved.
characters in
There's
this story.
two
It was like
characters.
Inception,
And
that
then-
story to me.
And then you
Mike was watching Tenet in his head. He was like,
He started acting like it was Planet of the Apes at the end. Like, what? Who was what? Where? Like, no.
the timelines were all mixed up.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah, no, that was like Tarantino-esque storytelling.
Christopher Nolan timelines intersecting going
Yeah,
the wrong way,
that was
you know?
tough, lad.
So Lottie Charlotte, I don't like a nickname that's based on the end of a name. I think
Right.
they freak me out a little bit. Because one time I was in a play and then day one of
here we go.
rehearsals.
What was the play?
It was called Keep Me Up. It was about football. It was a kids' theatre
Oh, is
show.
it one of those shit
was
ones
in a
like This Is
play.
England? Not This Is England, Dear England.
Dear, that looks dog shit. My
Oh.
girlfriend really wants to go
I'm
see
Harry
it.
Kane and I missed the penalty. Now I need to have therapy. That's like what I get
It
from the
looks
show.
so fucking
So,
shit.
can we just say, just to give context to the farmers listening, Dear England is about the...
It's about England not winning the Euros.
I'm not one of yours, and then all the
This is
racial
how
abuse, is it?
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a bit about the racial abuse, and like maybe I think they burn an effigy of Giorgio Chiellini for like being mean to Bukayo Saka.
Oh, did you remember Seymour Ferdo's tweet? Seymour Ferdo's, for people, was a tyrannical dictator in comedy. And I don't know how much power she has anymore, but my career's online, so, oh no, I'm not going to work for Tiger Aspects. Who gives a fuck?
I don't know anything about anything you just said.
Yeah, we know. It's worrying how in this industry you are and how little you know.
I know nothing. I know no one. I don't want to
Mike
know
doesn't
anyone.
know the opportunities he's precluding himself from.
Yeah. Like, how
Haven't
much
a clue.
like powerful people walk up to Mike at the bar and say hi, and he goes, "Well, no, move out the way to
Hey, go away. I'm telling you, Peacock, the story. Get the fuck out of my face.
I've got to get some open spots in on my pass. Let me.
You Peacock, the king, by the way.
He told the reviewer to fuck off from his show.
I told who?
Did you not hear about this? You told Jay Richardson, the Scotsman reviewer, to
Oh,
fuck
I did, yeah. He came up, he came up. Did you know when you just get these moments of self-confidence and then it instantly fades away after, but you're like, Jesus Christ, that was sick that I did that. But anyway, he came up to come in.
This is last year at the Fringe.
Yeah,
Right.
and he came in. He's like, yes, I'm a reviewer, and I looked in the room, and I was like, yeah, I don't think there's, I don't think there's any room, or I don't think so. And then he kind of walks down the stairs, and I go, wait, who are you again? Who are you reviewing for? He's just like, Jay Richardson, Scotsman, and then I was just like, didn't you give me a fucking 3-star review last year? Fuck off.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Your room's full.
Yeah.
He could have come to my show. Him and all his buddies. He could have brought everyone from the Scotsman, the
entire
food
staff
critic.
from-
He could have brought someone on their first day. There was more than enough room
There's
in
a
mine.
room full of paper boys.
But I then like this, and this is typical of me. This is my whole life is like, even when I was in school, I'd be like bold and bad and like haha with teachers, and then 10 minutes later I'd be bawling, crying, like, I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah,
I did, and I'm sorry that I said what I said. So like I literally did that to Derek, and then the next day I emailed him like, I shouldn't have said that to you.
Did you email him?
no.
I did.
I didn't know
I
that.
just-
That's so funny.
I felt bad.
Yes.
I was like, I shouldn't have told you to fuck off. You're just doing your job. I'm sorry. Like that later that night, I was racked with guilt. I was like, I shouldn't.
I do
speak
sometimes
to
feel bad for these reviewers who are getting like 20 quid a review or whatever it is. Like they're getting absolutely no money
It's
to be
their
up there and
job.
just like it's their job to come up and be mean
Well,
to us.
it's funny though that like comedians get so worked up about reviews when that is part. I have this argument in my group with a lot of comics all the time, and it's you can't go into an art form and then be like, oh my god, I went into an art form and I went to the world's biggest arts festival and then someone came and judged it.
Yeah.
and then vocalize their judgment, which is part of this industry. And then what? You're going to cry about, like, I thought we were...
Well, don't bring up crying in front of Vittorio. That's not fair. You know that's his thing.
Yeah, but I
cried and someone... It's everything.
I nearly cried the other day.
As soon as the new special comes out, I think
Right.
you got to bin the crying thing.
Me?
Yeah.
No way. Absolutely not.
Can you still keep beep boop beep boop?
Huh?
Beep
He's
beep boop is big. That's still in.
Yeah,
That's still
keep that.
very in.
All right,
vogue.
Do you
As-
like, but like when the water
Okay.
goes down you, that's like you're malfunctioning and going beep boop beep boop, and there's
I'm
like
leaking.
sparks coming out,
Yeah.
and there's like oil, and like you catch fire.
My coolant
Someone had to
is
come in behind him and
leaking.
change the batteries, and then suddenly the tears just dry up on his
It starts leaking battery acid out of his eye.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine you cry like one of the simps in Alien Bleeds. Do you know what I mean?
No one knew what the fuck you just
You know,
said.
in
there.
Alien,
Stop
this-
being a nerd, all right?
Alien.
And it's
This
the
is
last
film.
one.
It's like
You
one of
like
the most
that film.
famous
You
franchises of
I
all
haven't
time.
seen it.
You haven't-
It's a hole in my
You
cinematic.
you have built this kind of like propaganda around yourself as some kind of film buff. And I assumed I went to see Paris, Texas the other
Right,
day.
yeah.
Classic film at the cinema. I hadn't seen it before. I was very excited. Won the Palme d'Or in 1984. And I was like, oh man, have you seen Paris, Texas? Mike was like, no. And I'm just, it's all falling apart.
Listen,
It's all falling apart.
listen.
It's all falling apart.
There's a few holes in my oeuvre.
I'm catching up quick.
Of like
I'm
movies
catching
that
up
I've seen.
quick.
There's some holes. I haven't seen Alien, and I am actually a little bit embarrassed I haven't seen Alien. So when you said it, I acted out of hurt.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Your nerd fans will have got it. They'll be there, they'll be
exactly
there
what's going
laughing,
on.
chuckling away, and they'll be a little bit let down by you.
They will be let down by me because they see me as an
Commode.
all-seeing.
You're supposed to be the commode.
I'm the
Yeah.
Kermode of the podcast. I'm the Roger Ebert.
I'm
is
that other
I
guy.
hope you go to see Alien, and then Ridley Scott goes, "No, fuck off! You're not reviewing my film," and tells you to leave. See,
Wow.
brought it back.
And Ridley is quite...
He would tell you to fuck
yeah.
off.
He
like,
would tell you to
he
fuck
big
off.
time tell you to
He's
fuck
a
off.
rude. He's a rude man.
He's,
Yeah.
he's like he's an 80-year-old guy from Cumbria.
Yeah.
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 He's like a rude old guy.
I love that.
He's made some bad films as well. He
But
likes
he
it
doesn't
bad.
give a fuck.
He's like next ball.
He
is-
doesn't give a shit. He's just like, he just wants to keep busy to keep his mind off of death. You know, some of these
Yeah,
old
he
guys.
just hates his kids.
I'd say there's a good chance, but most men of any worth hate their children.
What?
Most men.
Of any word.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that can achieve anything or do anything. You don't have
There's a
time.
level of loving your children that's too much.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. Yeah.
Fritzel?
No, but like we never heard like how much of a pain she was as a child. And that has to be taken into account.
You're a nasty man.
Well, I just like to believe that not everyone's truly good or truly bad.
Oh, Jay. Oh, here we go. I knew he was going to go. He's going to start talking about Hitler liking dogs. Enough. All right? Enough.
Enough of your anti-Semitism.
Enough.
Fritz is a good man.
You're a self-hating Jew, and we're not going to prop up this BS, all right?
This podcast is one of the most racist things I've ever listened
You
to. man.
dirty dog! You filthy! Hey, come on, get the broom! Get the
Right,
broom!
I broom out the Jew. Here we go.
Let's literally sweep the Jewish
Mike starts throwing coins on the floor, hoping I follow them.
And you would too, you little worm. Now, yeah, you just money. Alexa, play ABBA. Crawl underground, you dirty Egypt. But you know what I was going to say? Do you know who I've been looking at focusing on a bit lately? Is are you still laughing about your?
I'm still laughing at just the tirade of abuse I took.
It was cruel, it was nasty. But the Fritzel joke, that was out of pocket. Now, listen, we'll sit down.
I spilled Coke.
Don't worry about that, lad. I did it last week.
I know but I know Vittorio.
yeah.
I know Vittorio's going to freak. I moved it away from the laptop,
Right.
in an original decision, and then I can see how
There's chaos in
I
here
can
right
see-
now.
No. I can see like how angry and upset he is right now.
No, it's okay.
No, he's not.
This is
He's
why
not.
we have a young boy to look after these things.
Come here, Slavius.
King of fluids.
Should I
Yes.
put that there?
Yeah.
Clean the mess,
yeah.
clean the stink, wash the streets. But you know what I was... who I've been into now the last while, because I was hearing about him on this Rest is History podcast. It was about the Rolling Stones, but
Let's not. Last time Elliot was on the pod,
What?
we got retweeted by both hosts of The Rest is History.
People accuse me of being Irish. People heard my accent and went, look at these 3 Irish pricks. And I was there, like, I nearly turned up in an England shirt today out of don't accuse me of being Irish.
yeah. Well, I just think it was the general dishevelment of you that they were like, surely he's
Irish.
He's been raised Catholic, and the self-hatred feels like Catholic. Really,
You really got to be in your bonnet about me today.
I don't ever be in your bonnet.
Self-hatred, the Jew comment.
Hold on, the Jew
For a
comment.
light-hearted Fritzl joke.
The Jew comment was good fun. I think everyone can agree. We all got on board with that. It was a bit of a laugh. The self-hatred thing is something you'd admit yourself. I'm not telling any tales out of school here.
I took ADHD medication the other day.
Oh.
And
Which is the first step to self-improvement.
Yeah.
well, I thought it would fix everything ever.
So are you a doctor-diagnosed ADHD
No.
person? No, you're a TikTok diagnosis.
No, I bought it off a pal. and I took it. And
So you just took speed.
yeah, man, I had a good time though.
Right.
So
So
what's wrong with why do I need some fucking suit telling me that I've got
Suit?
some suit telling me that what you've got a stethoscope, so now you know more than everyone ever.
I'm just imagine like a nurse being like, you need to take some antibiotics, and you'd be like, shut up, you suit.
Yeah.
Like, he just
These are the people that told us to take the vaccine.
Well,
Right.
we were saying I got a new wallet and I was swapping over stuff from my old wallet. Fucking the old vaccine passport
Right.
came out. I was like,
Do you remember when they lorded that over us? They were like, you can't go Benidorm unless you get like the COVID vaccine.
and it's just a bit of card. I always thought that was weird that it was never laminated.
I think
It's just like a kind of scrap bit of paper.
it was crazy, all of that.
Yeah.
Very wild.
Anyway,
Elliot's got big,
I was trying to get a
Elliot's
bite
got
on
big
I was
thoughts.
trying to
Elliot's
get
got
him in
big
on
thoughts.
that.
Everybody just left that. That
I
was
was trying to
very
get
well
him
left by
involved.
everyone.
I'm not getting involved in this. I
Yeah.
support the pharmaceutical industry. I think the Sackler family particularly have been hard done by, and what they did in the opium space, in my mind, revolutionary. In the opium space.
No, opium was a really like underground thing, and then they came along and really
It's like
took
what
it
they
to the
did
next.
with darts.
Yeah, they're the match room to dart. They're the match room of the opium.
The Sacklers are the Eddie Hearn of the opium world.
Let me ask you this now, Elliot, because I'm in, I've got a lot of people on here, some of them cruel, some kind, telling me I have ADHD and that my mind is a bag of spiders and all this, and I propagate this story as well with my general behaviour.
AIDS, ADHD.
Huh?
What?
You
No,
dirty,
that's why he's got so much weight.
Because of the AIDS.
Because of the ADHD.
Well, lads, do you know what? Because AIDS is like
Bad.
is good to have now, right?
It's fine. Like, yeah, just take a pill.
If you have AIDS now, it's
HIV is okay. You take one pill a day and it's like very destigmatized. I think AIDS is still real bad.
AIDS is still.
Because AIDS is when HIV has really kicked you in the balls.
That's when like HIV gets fucking swole.
Yeah, well, it also just like it takes you, like the Monstars from Space Jam. It sort of takes all your talent.
Oh, yeah.
Away
Right.
from you.
Did Fernando Torres get AIDS?
No, he's massive.
No, he's wham at the
Have
minute.
you seen the
Fernando
fucking
Torres?
size of Fernando
TRT
Torres?
Fernando Torres.
Right.
Mate.
Really?
Yeah, big boy.
Fernando Torres retired from football and got straight on steroids.
By the way, you were just asking if you had ADHD, and now you're asking about Fernando Torres' size. I'm going to say it's a pretty good shout that you've got ADHD.
But so I've been told by people, I bet, and we'll talk at the break, I bet it's a similar person, but that was telling me, because I was like, oh, I might have ADHD, and they're like literally, these pills will change your life, and they're whispering this to me
I
in
think
a
you've
green
got your
room.
pills off the same source I got my pills.
I fucking
Yes.
definitely did. But then I took one of them one day in Glasgow. I had a full day to myself, so I was just like, I popped one in, and what?
Yeah.
What? What are you laughing at? What are you sneering
I
at?
have a full day to myself. I'm going to take this mystery pill that somebody gave me and see what happens.
Well, that's how you do it.
That's what life is, brother. You've got a day off.
I'm in Glasgow. I've got some time to kill. I forgot this was in my pocket. Let's see what happens.
When I have
Yeah.
a day off, I go to the cinema.
If you've got 9
You can
hours,
still do that.
here's the rule of life. If you've got 9 hours in a row that you've got nothing on, you have to take drugs. You do, and if you don't, you're not living, brother.
Yeah.
If you've
Okay.
got 9 hours in a row, you've got nothing to do.
Okay.
You've got to take.
That's enough time to take acid, go have a real deep thought, come back, and still make your train.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm doing this wrong.
You gotta
I'm going to
do
the
it.
cinema in the town centre. I should be going to the cinema in my own mind.
Yeah.
Brother, throw on Strawberry Fields Forever. 9 hours.
How did you find it?
It kind of made me just a little bit fucking jittery or something, and then
What? How could you tell? How could you possibly tell?
more jittery then. If that helps. Right? Okay.
That feels unlikely.
More panic. But so I was just kind of like, basically, I thought I was going to take it and I was going to be Bradley Cooper from Limitless. And I was just going to be solving equations, global
Yeah.
warming, that's going to be done, cancer fixed. I was going to be...
Some 9 hours in Glasgow you had.
That's right. I was just going to be getting sucked off a lot for no real reason, but that was also going to be happening. Just jizzing sporadically in Glasgow, and then it didn't. I didn't solve any world problems or equations, and then I thought to myself, maybe I don't have ADHD.
All right, I found here's what I think medication does. I think it strips away what the cloud of like ADHD, anxiety, and most people I know people bang on about it and stuff, and I think that's all very lame. I think most people probably have traumatic experiences or some genetic thing that combines to give you a thing that is so complicated that the blanket term of just ADHD isn't probably enough, but it's enough to blanket diagnose.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to just say you're fucked anymore.
No, you
So
can't.
You just have to say ADHD.
Yeah. Like, and it's the same way. Like, we've just changed the word retarded to autistic.
Yeah,
like
highly regarded.
you used to say someone was retarded, and now you go, they got autism, and in 15 years that's going to be a problem.
Right.
Yeah,
That's going to be the next
yeah.
one. You can't call people autistic. Before retarded, it was spastic. It's called the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt of.
Because stupid, idiot, they were both medical
Yeah.
terms. Crazy,
Moron.
lunatic, moron.
Yeah.
Whole
Jew.
thing.
Jew was never. Jew is
A medical
always the way
term?
you say Jew has always been a problem.
What was a Jew?
You've really got it in for the Jews at the moment, don't you?
No, I don't, lad. I was saying to someone there recently, I'm the biggest Jewish fan. Whatever
I don't think you can say you're
Hey,
the biggest Jewish fan.
Lad, I'm the
They've got some
biggest
big
Jewish fan.
fans at the
They got
minute.
some
Lad,
big- they
I
got a
got
whole
some big
nation of
competition.
fans.
I love Adam Sandler and I love Netanyahu. I don't.
Just the boys. Just the boys.
I love films. I love whimsical films and genocide.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore and Sad Gilmore.
Yeah. I do think, by the way, you can't be calling fucking like the biggest villain of our time fucking BB. Do you know what I mean?
The nicknamification.
Like a fucking art
calling
student from
Addy
Hackney.
Hitler would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Jojo Stalin. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Stop calling him BB. It's like as if, oh,
What's his actual name?
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Oh, and people call him BB.
You don't know that people are calling him BB.
I've got a lot going on.
You're fucking king. You don't know.
Come on,
You're
man.
first in command.
Come on.
How
boss.
Jewish do you think I am?
You're top J.
Top J.
He's the top J.
Me and
Dr. J.
Andrew Tate, top G. I'm top J.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if I'd be allowed in Israel to like seek asylum.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Do
know.
you not get a house if you go there or
Well, I
something?
could fucking take one.
Right.
This is what happens. You get there, you don't know. Well, I guess I'm off to Golden Heights or whatever it's called.
Goldman
Heights.
Golden Heights.
Always thinking about gold.
Always it's on our mind.
Right. Money. Something funny.
Get there, and it's all over fucking olives as well, isn't it? That's what's mad. There's all like olive trees. That's what they're fighting over in some of these illegal settlements.
Olives are nice.
Yeah, but you don't
Olive
need
oil?
all that over
Olive
some
oil
olives.
very expensive at the minute.
Oh no, it's true. Maybe they've always
Right. Olive in Popeye, she was a babe.
Yeah.
Remember? Popeye did lady.
Yeah.
Popeye was shagging.
She had very wibbly arms.
Do you remember when he had spinach and you saw what happened to his arms,
Yeah.
but we never saw what was happening to his cock?
No, because it was a children's TV show.
But still,
Could you imagine someone in the illustrator room? He just
Olive's like,
Olive's in a wheelchair, just like not again.
just buggers his nemesis.
not the spinach, please.
Do you know why he ate spinach in Popeye?
So it's a superfood.
Well, it's because they were trying to get children during World War II to eat more spinach.
Because it's cheap.
because it was cheap and it was easier to. It was like a thing that was like, hey, if we create, so it was actually like
everything's
made.
propaganda.
It was all propaganda,
Right?
All propaganda. But you took this ADHD medication.
I felt nothing but emptiness and sadness, and I was
More
like,
of the same then, brother.
I was like, oh, that's who I am. Like,
That's
but
underneath all the sauce.
all the other stuff of the like the mind. Go work on comedy. Go
The
jiu-jitsu,
nachos
go do all
underneath
this.
the cheese.
Oh, yes, all
Plain
of this.
tortilla
I
chips.
saw how the sausages were made, Vittorio.
Loveless, empty,
Just
filthy
empty.
sex that you have. In parks and behind bins. Because I know that's what you're at. He's a dirty, rotten man. He's going to fuck cum long if we do not keep our eye firmly on him.
Mike has this like idea of me in my head that I'm just out there living like this sort of like wild lifestyle, when really it's just I'm on tubes and my headphones have died.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I have this idea though, because
Jump it, sorry.
also because you tell me that that's what you're doing.
but Mike's a bit.
Here and there. I didn't expect it to be brought up on a podcast though, so I'm trying to worm my way out of it.
Yeah, but
Never
Mike's
trust a
projecting as
farmer.
well. Mike's projecting as well. Mike's the big shaggist. He's all over the place.
Fucking little debauched animal.
He's an international fuckboy.
Yeah.
No, I am not an
Why do you think he spent so much time in Eastern Europe?
Yeah. Oh, you do travel a lot. You've got a very passport bro vibe.
Right. No, I do travel around a lot. And listen,
What are you running from?
Wow, what are you running towards?
I think part of having ADHD is like.
Don't you dare blame
No,
me.
sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm actually being vulnerable.
Here's
Excuse
the
me.
reason I fucked a Czechoslovakian trafficked woman. I have ADHD.
I got distracted. What? I got distracted through the Ljubljana.
I'm
I had a one-night
actually
stand.
dealing with a lot at the minute.
What are we doing?
Excuse me. Okay, I'm actually trying to be vulnerable right now and tell you about some of the symptoms of my disease. So,
Undiagnosed?
huh?
Undiagnosed.
No, I had some fella, Trevor from Cornwall, told me. Trevor's no fool. Trevor wasn't born yesterday. Trevor's 23 years old and is studying recruitment. He knows. This is a man who understands the human condition. All recruiters, you want to talk about philosophers, therapists, I'll tell you who understands the human condition. Recruiters.
Yes.
They get it.
What do
right?
recruiters actually do?
They would say, like, they'd have one look at you and they'd say, put him in the bank.
Really?
Yeah.
Racial
Wait a
profiling?
second. Wait a second. I took that as a compliment at first. I thought I must think I'm smart.
No.
But now I realise
Racial profiling. It's racial profiling.
Get that heat behind the bank desk. That's what you're. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying the recruiter would do because they understand human nature. Because they get it.
What racial profiling?
They have to make split decisions. They just have to see, bang, they look at you, put him in the computer.
Yes.
put him in. No, but I think part of ADHD, and I am undiagnosed and possibly don't have it, but I do think part of my ADHD that I may not have is that I like want to be doing. I don't like routine at all. Like, so I'm like, yes, I'll go to Switzerland. Yes, I'll go to Eastern Europe. I'll just go take all these gigs. And there's some part of like just
constantly new stimulus.
That's right.
Yes. But you need to. But like when you take the medication,
You're scared. But I don't think it's ADHD. I just think you're scared of yourself.
yeah, I think.
But I keep going to the places with myself.
No,
No.
but you're scared of like just sitting and like checking in and seeing what's going on.
Mike, you're a very performative person. And
What the hell are you talking about, brother?
Because and I love you. Like I really cherish you as a friend. I think you're a wonderful human being. One of my favorite people I've got to know over the last few years. I truly enjoy you.
I like this.
You're cool. You're
Yeah.
alright.
That compliment got smaller and smaller and smaller as you said it. One of my favorite people who I've got to know over the last few years,
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah, but I'm saying me and Mike didn't have like a starting out in comedy friendship.
yeah,
Like, whereas
because
I say me and you sort of did.
you were a young boy.
Whereas like over the last few years, I sort of met
Yeah.
Mike, we've hung out. We're like, oh, this guy's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're very running from things.
Right, good.
But, and I mean, in a way of like,
I said it was wrong to get him on a second time. we got the best out of him the first time, and now and now it gets to this.
It was our most listened to episode.
Yeah,
It's our most listened to episud to this
yeah,
day.
I am genuinely stunned at that. Usually
It's a
I
real
come on a
buzz.
podcast and they go, hey, it doesn't always go great. Sometimes people just don't get the dynamic.
no, go
Mike,
back. Go
can
back
I
to
just,
this
Mike, you're
diagnosis.
so close to me.
I just want us to be in love. Why can't you just accept my love?
But you have this, and I'm saying this as someone who recognises it within myself
Yes.
as well.
Okay.
I think when you strip back the sort of crazy, like, we'll turn up, have a few beers, and people will be like, whoa, this guy's here. There's a sadness in the eyes.
Yes.
There's a sadness there.
Yeah.
I think you need to address the sadness. But do it, like, later in life, because you're funny on a podcast. So don't do it now. He's got a few more tickets to sell. Like,
No, do you know what? I think you're right. And part of me is like, but what if I went to Iran to do a gig?
Yeah, it'd be great. Go do it.
And maybe that could make me happy? Or what if I was to, do a gig for 70 quid in Southampton? And wouldn't that maybe that would help? There is a part of me, I do think there is something that needs to be fixed.
But why?
I don't know. I'm trying to
But
figure.
it feels like you're refusing to investigate what it might be. But the mad thing about Mike is he meditates every day.
No.
Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Don't say it like that.
And you don't really drink either.
Lately, I've not been boozing a
No,
whole lot.
you're quite disciplined. Like, and
He
let
goes
me
for
say,
runs?
your work rate is phenomenal. You work very hard.
He goes and writes at a cafe
you
and
sit
stuff.
there. I once arrived at. I got to a hotel one time. We both did the same gig, and Mike was in the foyer writing, which felt a little bit performative that you were waiting for us to see that you were writing.
Yeah, right in your room,
Yeah,
Mike.
right. You could write in your room or in a calf.
I had looked up your train times. I knew when you were arriving, and I had a little quill and an ink pot. And you came in and said, "Hey, I'm just doing my memoirs."
And I went over and said hello to him, and he like shooed me off. He was like, "Wait. You can't rush up."
I'm in a flow state.
Yeah,
I'm in a
yeah.
flow
Be
state.
away, Steele. Be away. I shall do cocaine with you later, Steele. Now I'm writing my
That
memoirs,
actually happened
and we did
as
do
well.
cocaine later
Yeah.
that night. That was great coke.
That was a good
Glasgow
night, yeah.
coke.
Oh, that was good
That
night,
was
that.
almost as good as the 12 pubs coke.
Yeah, we do have to stop.
You're the
shouting
king of coke.
We do have to stop shouting out that I can get drugs like this on my.
Oh yeah, how many messages did you get about the people kept asking me for your coke numbers?
Oh, you're not getting my coke number, people. You're not getting my coke number.
You're like Fort Knox with that.
No, that's yeah. You don't know how many levels of Albania you got to go through to get there. You got to really talk some shit about Serbia in some cars.
Yeah.
3 a.m. I did that the other day. I was there. He was asking us what's the point. He was like, oh, he's saying some team in Albania. I was like, they're playing Serbia. So I was like, I hope you don't fuck up Serbia. And he was like, brother, we would kill them. And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, I don't really care. But that's how you keep them on side. A little bit of ethno
It's so
nationalism.
funny. You have to buy coke off Elliot Taylor. You got to do some revision about the Balkan Wars.
Oh yeah, bro. You gotta know about Slobodan Milosevic and his war crimes if you want to meet my people. You gotta really chat some shit about Croatia.
Do you know what? Do you know what though? And you are in my mind, and this is the biggest compliment I could give you. You are
Gay.
Well, you are.
Should we get onto that rumor in a minute?
He is
Zoom around.
bisexual.
Wait. You were
What?
about to give him a compliment, and I did a very
I
slight
was
joke.
going. Well, no.
Nice things.
Well, yeah. Well, that's going a bit far. I was going to say, in my mind, you are the king of coke.
Don't say
because the both times, actually we've done it more than twice, but that Glasgow time, I was like, how has he gotten great stuff here? That was amazing stuff. And then the stuff for the 12 pubs, unbelievable. Like they were just those boat nights. I was having the time of my life. Also, you're great. You're great company and whatever. But you know what I mean. You're a good man that will absorb a good confidence. Does that make sense? A confidence?
It just sounds like you like me because I can get you coke.
That's a big part of it. That's a big feather in your cap as far as I'm concerned, or anyone's cap. But also then, do you know what I mean? Like you could tell Elliot it's something sad, he'll absorb it.
Elliot's good for telling sad stuff too.
Oh yeah, I like
You could
to
tell
listen.
a
You're a good
tragedy.
sounding board for sad stuff.
He'll
Yeah.
absorb a tragedy.
I'm actually quite. People were.
You're not a good sounding board for like good news.
No, I
would
get
say.
envious very quickly.
If I tell you,
I I generally, I love you both, but when I see you doing well, it hurts me. When I see anyone do better than me, it bothers me so much.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Like even people I really love, like get something good come in my group chat and I'm like, oh, I just got this, and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I have to paint on a smile. But then if I find out their aunt's died, I'll
Just
listen.
imagine you putting on makeup to go
Yeah,
on
just
the
fucking like that clown meme. Like, I'm just there, just putting on a smile.
You know what's funny though, because I will have that instinct sometimes. You're gonna love this, but because I meditate and I have immersed myself in Eastern philosophy and being and existence and thought, I will observe that little cretin inside me that's like, oh no, they're doing well, that must mean I'm bad. And then I will observe that child within me. That's your inner child. Who's like,
yes.
oh no, if they're doing well,
Yes.
that must mean I'm bad. And then you give that little child a hug.
Okay.
You start fingering that.
Imagine I've cured.
Mike, you're better than that. Mike, you're better than that.
I know.
I've cured
Mike.
the envious
I know.
part of me, but I am now dealing with a brutal rape that my inner child is dealt with by my own hand.
Have you never given your own inner child a little,
A little diddling.
This
A
is
little diddling.
Mike's guide to meditation is to molest your inner child.
Listen, your inner child can get a bit cocky down there. Show him who's boss. Let him know.
Beat my inner
Put a
child.
bit of manners on him.
Before I took the, frankly, easy way out there with the fingering my inner child thing, because I was getting a bit uncomfortable with the sincerity. But that is that jealous little
Right.
thing inside you of a, because I have that in me all the times. And you know what I mean? That it's that Daniel Plainview thing of just like, I have a competition in me. I don't want to see others do well.
That was great.
What's that?
Thank
impression.
you. There will be blood.
Which isn't a good film.
Huh?
If you watch There Will Be Blood, it's actually not
I
a
haven't
good film.
seen it. It's on my list of films that
This
Mike
is-
shouts
this
at
is-
me for not
this is
seeing.
your worst take.
Hold on. It's a great performance.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from Daniel Day-Lewis's
Ooh.
performance. I'm saying it's a phenomenal performance, and he carries the film.
Yeah.
It's not well written, not well
That's
directed.
not a good film.
You're
And the film is so philosophical, but it doesn't. Okay, so like when you watch The Lighthouse is a very philosophical film.
I've
right?
seen The Lighthouse.
And I love The Lighthouse.
William Dafoe, Bobby Pattinson.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. The whole the end of Prometheus with the sea. It's fantastic.
Right.
And it's very philosophical. There Will Be Blood doesn't paint itself outward. Like the thing about The Lighthouse that I like is it's like, this is from the off, this is a mad philosophical film. There is no right or wrong with this. So it's on you, the viewer, to take what you take from it. Therefore, it is good art.
Okay.
It goes and serves its purpose.
Right.
There Will Be Blood is just like, oh, the oil industry, eh? That's bad.
right.
And it's ran by maniacs. And you go, yeah, that performance by Daniel Day-Lewis. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. I drink it up.
You crawled out of your mother's filth, Eli. It was Paul, out of your mother's cunt. He doesn't say that, but I feel that.
I believed it.
Yeah.
It's not actually a good film.
I have abandoned my boy.
Yeah, but what is going on?
That's good. You tell me that's not good?
Yeah,
you tell me
but then
that's
he doesn't show any
But
improvement.
all
He
you're
doesn't-
saying is his performance. You're not
Right.
actually saying anything about the film at any point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
This is what I heard Mark
you
Kermode
must-
say about that film, Don't Worry Darling. Florence Pugh, absolute exceptional performance. Film, fine.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Catholics, we need to stick together. There's a Jewish man over here, okay? When I
He
say-
killed our Lord and Savior.
He killed our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He killed Christ, all right? Remember Jesus, who we love so dearly? Who was the best guy in the world, shared everything, water and wine. Hey, you're hungry, here's food. Blessed are the poor. Killed
yeah,
him.
but you didn't see what he did to me on October 7th. So
You dirty
you
dog.
didn't see what
that
he did
wasn't
to me.
cheesy crazy.
He did. Some guy with a beard flew in.
It sounds Jesus.
He
It sounds
flew in
Jesus-y.
on a lawnmower. Ruined my night at a festival. So yeah, fucking strung him up. I'll do it again.
Flew in on a lawnmower. Perfect.
But what's your rebuttal to other than just race baiting?
Yeah. Listen, first off, my rebuttal, and I'm going to deal.
He's taking the Mel Gibson route on his.
I'm going to deal with this heretic in a second. I'm going to deal with him. And you know what? The title's going to be Irish Catholic destroys English scum.
Zionist.
Huh?
Irish Catholic to destroy Zionists would be that would get the views.
That would get the views, even though he's actually quite pro-Palestinian. I want that on record because people will start kicking off.
Oh yeah.
We are messing. Netanyahu should be hung. Now,
kneecap. That's why his visa hasn't come through, because they looked through this podcast.
Yeah,
I would like to correct that. It's Netanyahu should be hanged.
Is hung not a word?
Just means he's got a massive cock.
Yeah,
Hung is a
that's
word.
when you have a big.
But you would do like a plant, not a person.
Okay,
A person is hanged.
Right, fair enough. It's always good to get the grammar right, because jokes don't work otherwise. Now, listen to me. You
understand that that's the joke that I was already making. You're acting like I was actually sincerely correcting your grammar.
You have sincerely corrected my grammar. I would say upwards of 10,000
No,
times
I
on this
correct your
podcast.
pronunciation.
You correct my grammar, my spelling, my.
How could I possibly correct your spelling on a podcast?
That's what I would say. That's what I would say. He asks me to spell words.
No, there is sometimes you
Sometimes
say.
you demand I spell words.
Sometimes you say the word there, and I know you're spelling it wrong in your head.
Who do you reckon's going to be worse at spelling, me or Mike? Because I put up things on Instagram, and my most replied to things are people like, dude, here's how you actually spell that.
You know, Paris Hilton used to do that deliberately on Twitter, so more people replied to the tweet, so she got boosted up.
She's genius. I'm doing it because I'm thick.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Mine's not an
yeah.
engagement thing. I had to put in my bio, like, look, there's going to be spelling mistakes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I like that. There's an authenticity to that.
Here's.
That was quite far.
Thank you. I just wanted to let everyone know I'm no fucking.
This is two
fool.
podcasts in a row. He's wearing a matched pair of socks, but it's 2 record days in a row, as in we recorded yesterday. Same pair of socks, which is gross.
No, you don't know they're the same pair of socks, because I got 2 pairs of these same socks in the packet.
No, you didn't. You've made that up.
I made that up. No one's with me. Come on, say something in my defence. He doesn't have a mic, great. My only ally is Michaelis. He's been silenced. Now,
I wish this podcast was Michaelis. Go on.
what the hell?
Are you sure you haven't taken
How old
this?
are you?
Shut the fuck
Like,
up.
I sometimes remind me, you're like 34,
I'm
aren't you?
34 years of age.
He's nearly popeable age.
Dude, like...
What?
there's
I'm not allowed to have fun.
No, it's just like, when do you reckon you'll get it together?
What do you mean get together?
Like, when do you reckon,
What? Am I not? Is it? Am I not? I'm here wearing matching socks. I've got. And you're going to say that to me? This is the most together I've ever been.
I know, but that's the
You got a
problem.
nice, where's that top from?
My mother got it for me. So what?
It's lovely.
Thank
It's
you.
nice. I like your chain as well.
Yeah, thank you. Now we're cooking. Let's go. Let's riff on this. Let's riff on Mike doing well and looking well. Why is it?
It annoyed me you were looking well.
Thank
you.
you.
Took your shirt off at the show.
I didn't
This
take
is
it
where we
off.
started.
This is where we started
This
bringing
is
it back. You took your shirt off at the show.
Yeah.
We were backstage.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to change. You just took your shirt off.
Yeah.
And then you were ripped.
I didn't take the shirt off. I pulled it up.
You were. John Kearns was there.
Yeah.
And you took it off and flexed in front of John
I
Kearns.
didn't do that.
And you did.
That didn't happen.
I've seen one
And
other
you said,
comedian do
I'm getting
that.
ready for Taskmaster. Is there a lot of weightlifting involved?
You
and then
dirty
you
dog.
started flexing.
Training for Taskmaster.
I'm training for
so
Taskmaster.
funny.
And then you showed him a photo of you going to bed with your mouth with like patch over it, and you said, "Is there like a?"
I would never do that. I'm an exclusive mouth breather. I would die. My respiratory system refuses to use the nose. If you must know. It's been boycotting my nose
On certain occasions.
on certain occasions.
The nose gets heavily involved.
When Elliot's around, my nose starts to.
Right, we really got to stop the cocaine at Elliot angle because it is doing untold damage.
My nose gets brought off the bench when Elliot's involved.
Impact sub.
Yeah. No, but here's what I'm going to say, brothers. First off, I just pulled up my shirt. I was changing into something. Elliot comes in just because I didn't have a big fucking fat belly. You're like, oh fuck, shit, look at this now. You're toned and you're not foot. And it was deeply upsetting to you.
It was very upsetting to me.
It was, and I could
was
see
hurt.
that you were hurt.
I
This
always,
is a theme. It's like you would be a very good sounding board for a fat belly. If somebody took off the top and they were unexpectedly slovenly, you'd be like, that's okay, man. You'd
Yes.
be very okay with that. But you snap to
So-
anger and fury at Mike's supple
it
nips.
bothers me.
My infinitely suckable.
Also,
nipples.
bizarrely hairless. You would think Mike would
Very
be a very
hairless
hairy
boy.
man.
Very hairless.
I hit puberty very, very late, and it never really happened.
I know what you mean by that.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not as hairy as you think
Yeah,
I would be.
because you would think you're bear Jew.
Yeah.
Whereas I
Yeah.
think people would assume I'm not hairy, but I'm quite
quite hairy
hairy-bodied
boy.
boy.
Yes.
But
You look like your mother knitted you when you take that off. He does. He's his own little kind of thumb.
Thatched.
You back
Yeah.
hair as well, don't you?
But you're
Big back hair
very
vibes.
slim. You're very gaunt at the minute. But it suits you. You look good with it.
That took a while to
the
become
first
a
thing you
compliment.
said was right, and the second thing was a lie.
No, he looks good with it. I wasn't a fan of it at first.
I don't think anyone's
but
a fan of it.
I've come into it. You've got a nice jawline going on.
Although women are starting to like get like this kind of frothing, hysterical horniness at his gauntness, and they're messaging things back to him. They're like, "Spit your fucking food in my mouth like a little bird, and shove your."
That did happen about my focaccia.
Yeah.
Wait,
Women
what?
wanted me to spit the focaccia into their mouth.
No.
Yeah, two different women.
Were
and
they- were they hot?
Both messages. One started with the phrase "with the utmost respect." The other started with the phrase "respectfully."
Oh, these girls are fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
These women are wonderful. They are to start with respectfully is so
Respectfully spit the focaccia into my
it's
mouth.
so like I love them. The idea of being that damaged but that polite is such a wonderful.
Well raised.
Hello, kind regards. Tie me up.
Yeah.
Kind regards.
Hope this DM slide finds you well.
Kind regards. Dismantle my rectum.
That's
Immediately.
It's got real strict mum, neglectful father vibes.
Oh yeah.
It's like she made sure you were very polite. He wasn't there.
Yeah, you
enough.
went to finish in school.
Yeah.
And
But
you
it
learned
was
more than
boarding
finishing.
school.
Right, you really learned how to finish.
Yeah.
I think I've
So you're getting naked in green rooms
I'm
now,
not
which
getting
is really
naked.
disgusting.
I had to change. I was sweaty. I was unseemly. I was in
In front of John Kearns.
It wasn't in front of John Kearns.
Kearns was there.
No, Kearns was in the building, but I was
You
not.
can't be naked in the same building as John Kearns.
I know it wasn't ideal, but I came.
John Kearns complimented it as well. He said he's a
No, he
strong
didn't.
boy.
You brought attention to it. You objectified
You wanted
me.
attention brought to
This
it.
is me.
No,
You
This is,
did.
this is my impression of John Kearns seeing Mike topless. It's not bad.
Right?
It's
not
nice.
bad. It's not
Right.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
not. I've seen worse.
He started. He was like, "Oh, look at me stomach. It's not there. It's not even that fat. It's like, oh, fuck sake, that's stupid. Oh.
I like how I've got more Down syndrome as this impression's gone on, by the way.
Oh, man, South London. Oh, God. I know
You sound like a toy that's running out of battery.
Me or him?
His impression of you sounds like a toy running out of battery.
comic. My dad is as well. We just dissect the culture. We dissect the culture together at home.
Yeah, well, if your dad did anything worthwhile, I'll bring that up as well.
I grew up in working man clubs.
You're getting very confident since your episode got more listens than the one with Mike Rice Sr., but you do not disrespect Mike Rice Sr. on this podcast.
Mike Rice Sr.'s killing him on YouTube.
I know he's gonna.
You're
But
getting
I'm going
fucked
for
on
Mike
YouTube.
Rice Senior because he went for my dad and it hurt. It really that jab got through and it hit my nose and I was hurt.
Yeah, but I mean,
left-wing family. I read a portrait of Mao Zedong in the living room.
What's Fidel Castro? Which my dad had an issue with. I think it was done ironically, but there was Che Guevara.
It was Shay.
There was Shay. There was a big
Shay.
bit of
It's a real Irish name, isn't it? Shay.
Shay.
I knew a fella, Shay Butler, who was in my class growing
Did
up.
he liberate Cuba?
Lovely hurler. He
He
would
gave
have
it
had
a
a
good
hand in
go.
it.
Give it a good go.
Yeah. He got involved.
There was a language barrier, but that was
Yeah.
still what it was.
Hola. Would you like to free? Let's come on, lads.
He arrived with a hurling helmet and his hurl in his hand. He's like, "Where do you want me?" You cunt?"
In 2006.
But Mike was stripping backstage.
Yeah. So listen.
Doing a burlesque show.
Elliot was very offended, like, and this is it. It's the little child inside Elliot that's just like, oh no, Mike doesn't have, a big, fat kebab belly. What does that make of me now that I am less? I am small. I am a woman. I am, and this is what's going on inside of him. And then he reacts. He lashes out.
But I'm very honest with it.
Yes, you are.
I will never hide my feelings.
No, you don't.
I will always bring up
Yeah.
that I'm.
That's right. He'll say, you're doing well, and I hate that. And he'll be honest about that. He'll look you in the eye. And
very
it's
upfront.
really upset me
There's
today.
very little artifice.
But then
Yeah.
I'll let you know that the problem's me, not you. I
Yeah.
wish you all the best with it.
Now, Nietzsche famously said,
Right.
now here you go, that if with friendship, and actually Louis C.K. touched on it in a very famous podcast episode with Mark Maron on the WTF podcast, but Nietzsche said with friendship, it's a lot easier to be people's friends when they're down. So we actually glorify, he was there for me when I was at my lowest and whatever. It's actually a lot easier to be someone's friend when they're down low, because you can come and you're helping them, and that gives you a little status above them. You're doing badly, I'm here for you, I'm helping, because it's easier to be around someone that's doing badly, and then you can have that status and you bring them up and great. What's harder is to
Being
be someone's
friends with
friends
No, I disagree.
when they're doing great.
I disagree.
Yeah, it's
I
hard.
think-
No,
I
it's
think-
really hard to
I-
be friends with someone who's way more successful than you.
No.
Which is
Yeah.
why I really appreciate you.
What the hell?
You know when
You've done. Oh, I've been so hard done by in this episode.
I don't think you've been hard done by at all. I think
been-
you've actually relished in how much it's been about you.
I mean, that's been nice. That part's been nice. I'll give you
I
that.
think you've relished how much.
What's that?
Just an ad read. We need to do an ad read at some point.
Yeah, I just want to touch on
touch
his,
on this.
him bringing up famous philosopher Nietzsche, who was Hitler's favourite philosopher.
That's right.
You just drop that.
The cultural references did take a big dive from like Nietzsche once said, and I also heard on a podcast.
Well, in a lot of ways.
I think it was Seneca. And I first heard about this on Jordan Peterson on Joe Rogan.
But Louis C.K. is surely one of the great minds of our time.
Nope. Next.
I think being friends with people who are down and are depressed is incredibly taxing, because you have to be around that sort of philosophy of theirs all the time, which is life is shit. And I have friends who are like this. And actually I find it very difficult at times, because you can't share any joy you're having in your life. Whereas,
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
know, we're
it'll
taking fun.
yeah.
If you go, I've got this going on, I'm like, oh, great, that's actually good, because I like seeing both of you actually do well, because I think you're good comedians and you're good people, so it's fine. But when you're around people who are, if I was to be around Mike, and Mike was to always be like, oh, fucking hell, everything sucks, I've not got this, I've not got that, I'll be
Yeah.
like, Mike, you're doing very well, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, you've got depression, you've got this, and you're not doing anything to help that. That's harder to be around. You know, the thing that people don't talk about a lot of times with depressed people, they're taxing, they're hard. And you know, when someone goes, call me at 4 a.m, if you ever, no, kill yourself. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I will come to your funeral. I'll
This
say,
has taken a nasty turn,
I'll
Steele.
say, I wished you had called me, but I wouldn't have answered. It's 4 a.m. My stepdad killed himself. You know, up there with one of the top days of my life. No, it was.
You dirty. What the hell?
Come to my house and fuck my mum, will you? That's really.
Is that true? That happened?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Sweet mother of Jesus. You brought this.
I would just make that up for the bit.
I thought that was the best possible scenario, is that you made it up for the bit. That was the best possible outcome of what you
It's
just said.
fine.
Right, okay, it's fine
It's a
then.
laugh. It's you know, all comedy comes from
A place of
tragedy.
tragedy.
Oops, yeah.
Tragedy plus time equals
Podcast.
still sad.
Speaking of Elliot's stepdad,
Oh!
Have you
this episode is brought to you by Manscaped.
Oh, here we go. And I wish they had taken a leaf out of Elliot's stepdad's book.
Whoa, hey, these are nice, kind people who pay us money to talk about their ball trimming stuff.
Right.
The heat has officially arrived overseas. Get away.
Whoa.
Stop reading it over my shoulder. It's weird.
It's not weird, it's us doing something together.
The
And being
lawnmower,
friends.
the lawnmower 5.0.
The flying lawnmower into Israel.
No. No.
flying-
We get away with a lot. We get away with a lot. We get away with a lot in these ad reads.
October
we get
7th.
away with a lot. We get away with a
did
lot.
a lot of trimming
we get away with a
themselves.
lot. We get away with a lot.
Do you know that's what Israel used to call that trimming the? They used to call that trimming the grass or trimming the was like a
Mowing the
military.
lawn. They called it mowing the lawn. However,
Really? That's
yeah.
what they used to call it.
Well, it's just when they go into Palestine and just kill people, and now Manscaped are doing this. Based on that. This is sick.
Well,
You're a
Zionist.
Zionist.
It's our last Manscaped.
You're a Zionist
Dad.
shield.
It's
You're
our
Douglas Murray.
It's our last. You haven't even.
Have you never been to Manscaped? Have you never been to
there?
Manscaped? and yet you have an opinion on the ball trimmer 5,000.
Have you even been to my balls? How could you have an opinion on my bush if you haven't been to my balls?
I just think it's weird that you would choose your platform.
Anyway, we might as well, given that it's our last Manscaped ad, we might as well make it a good one.
Come on.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in the White Hot Special Edition.
Isn't that?
No, the White Hot Special, whatever you're about to say, no.
White Hot
Special Edition colorway from Manscaped
fucking racist
is now
pigs.
available across the UK, Europe, and Australia. I've just been there and it was nice. It's the same trimmer trusted by millions of men's balls.
Millions of Jews died. Hitler, World War II. What about that? They never mentioned that.
No,
all they talk about is mowing the lawn in Gaza. You sicko. You sick freak.
Now with a clean white and gold finish that looks just as smooth as it shaves.
Gold? That's anti-Semitic.
I take great offense at that.
anti-Semitic. This isn't just a pretty face. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is built to handle your most sensitive areas with care, helping reduce risk of nicks, cuts, and irritation where it matters most. Whether you're cleaning things up for a date, a trip, or just to feel a bit more put together, the White Hot trimmer
makes below
the waist grooming a lot smoother. Literally, join over 12 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and use code parenting20. No way it's parenting 20 for 15% off. That feels crazy.
Fucking, they're dumb too. Stupid, dumb.
The code will be in the
cunts.
description. I assume it's parenting 15 if it's 15% off. No one enjoys this thing of a slip up mid trim. That's why Manscaped skin safe technology was developed to help you groom with more confidence and fewer mishaps. White Hot looks smooth results. The White Hot 5.0 Ultra brings the heat without cooking your skin. It's sleek, easy to use, and way less terrifying than whatever you were using before. Use code parenting15, I imagine, for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. That's 15% off with stay cool, stay smooth, and leave the burns to the
evil pedophiles.
There's no way we're getting any money for that.
He said it too quickly.
There's no way. There's just no way.
That was really nice to be here.
I'm desperately trying to set us up for a good future, like maybe
okay.
a pension, perhaps.
Is the financial, like how much? You don't have to say on pod, but is the finances that Manscaped offer
I was
you?
wondering, big shock this fucker's bringing up the finances.
Now let's get down to some brass tax numbers. No,
go on.
Is the finances that Manscaped are offering this lovely podcast
Yeah.
worth
having?
Like that was you can't put a price on joy, and look how much joy it brings him to bring up October 7th.
It's just a lot of
a ad read for a popular
It's a lot
trimming.
of admin, I would say, to get a new sponsor every single week.
Yes,
Yeah.
but have you thought about just not
and get them and lose them and get them and lose them and get them and lose them? Because the problem is the ad reads, people like them.
Yeah.
People who don't work for Manscaped really like the ad reads.
Okay.
So we kind of have to keep doing them.
Yes.
I'd like to maybe not have ads, but like good people really like that.
They like that the ads are there and he ruins them.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say I ruined them. That he's.
I would say you did. I would say you ruined that.
No, I would say an advertisement's happening and a nobleman decides to tell the truth during said ad reads. A hero. And when a
you know that
hero
meme of that guy like standing
along,
up in the courtroom?
Yeah,
That's a drawing. That's what
yeah.
I feel you are in this capitalistic world.
he's about to get married to capitalism, and I say I object.
Yes.
Does anyone object? Yes, I object.
In what sense am I about to get married to capitalism? You're doing your tour with Live Nation.
Oh,
you dirty dog!
Oh,
What?
how's the show in Tel Aviv selling there, Mikey Rice?
What the hell? Hold on now.
Yeah.
What the? That was uncalled for. Now we've been having fun up till now.
That's the
Whoa.
meaning of a monopoly.
Yeah.
But what's wrong? Hold on.
Surge ticket.
Ticketmaster?
Yeah.
Ooh, Mikey Dynamic Pricing.
Yeah, you're going to surge ticket the attic in Southampton,
Mike
aren't
Rice
you?
more like Mike Dynamic Price.
Oh, that was lovely.
Hold the hell on now. Let me ask you this now.
Make sure you log on one at a time for tickets to Mike's show, or they'll quadruple in price.
Yeah.
Hold on now. I didn't sign off on any dynamic pricing or anything like this. I've done
And
what
Mike reads every email he ever gets.
I haven't read an email in a few months. I'm gonna get to them.
How's that £80 for 2 waters backstage as you ride? They're gonna, you know that's what they do.
Listen.
Everything I've ever done with Live Nation has been a fucking disaster.
have been assured by my handler, Jack, who handles me and is kind of my father in a lot of ways. So
How long have you known Jack?
I've known Jack at least 6 months. So
This is the problem with
What?
agents is you
I
meet them
love Jack.
you meet them 3 times and then they own you.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like mad.
So
He's my father.
So Live Nation, who like what happens?
no, but here's the
Okay,
thing.
yeah, go
So
on.
listen now. Here's the thing.
the
'cause I-
Swifties won't be coming along.
Yeah.
They're boycotting Ticketmaster.
Hold on now. What the hell are you talking about here now? There's not dynamic pricing. There's none of this. There's a fair price for the people to come and see Mike. And tour tickets are on sale May 2nd. I'm going to put that in to general public, but on now for Patreon.
You see how we didn't fuck up your ad there? You see how we just let you do it? You did your thing, and he just sat there and let you plug away.
Well, the implication there is that what I'm selling is stand-up and joy, and what he's selling is
Ball trimming.
ball equipment. is ball trimmers. Listen,
Which
what
is joy.
So what I'm telling you about this Live Nation, that they're gonna. Jack has assured me. Jack's a man of his word, a man of integrity, a man who is.
He's tall, he's handsome.
He's tall, he's handsome, and there's other stuff too. He's volunteered in places. He looks like a man who took a gap year and pretended to help people, and I think that's good.
He does.
Yeah, he does, and he's assured me it's going to be different because that's different this time, and there's not going to be the all the hidden expenses and stuff.
Here's how Live Nation like. And I fucking don't care. I honestly don't care what any of these people think of me. But if I do sorry with you guys again, forget that I said this. People go to Live Nation because they think they're going to be working on Rihanna's tour,
Right.
and then what happens? And this happens in every agency, not just Live Nation. This happens at Off the Curb, at Avalon,
Okay.
at all of the corporate conglomerates that exist within our industry that we are all with. So someone
You're
goes
going to
this-
compare me unfavorably to Rihanna now. That's what it feels like.
I feel you and
I think
Rihanna have a
that's-
lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
I don't know what
sellouts.
ones.
Both
But she's like,
sellouts.
come on, rude boy. I can be that rude boy.
Yeah, maybe.
I can fart and throw jizz at people, and she's like, come on,
Is that
rude
what you
boy.
thought? Gee, that's
Mike,
what you think-
yeah.
Mike performs regularly at Indian weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her big thing now, isn't it?
She performs at
getting
Indian weddings.
millions of dollars
They just
to
pay her
perform it.
millions to come over and
She
sing
does like
Umbrella.
2 songs badly.
That's fucking class.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, good for her. But she's already a billionaire. If you were a billionaire, would you do that? It's
How
like,
much money is too much? How much
Like-
money is enough, you know?
But she has to keep she's keep ASAP
Well, it's because
Rocky.
she's with
and-
Live Nation and she doesn't want to fucking do it, and Live Nation go, it's in your diary, you're doing it.
Right.
That's
Okay.
what happens.
But so what are
But
you?
Mike likes that. Mike likes
Yeah.
things in his diary that he has to do.
Yeah, but Live Nation,
Part of the ADHD.
they're on the surf. Look, I've met people out there. I've met people up. They're not bad people.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
fine. It's just that it's someone gets put on a thing where they go, oh, we have to book these shows, and they go, oh, what the fuck? I thought I was going to be organising Drake's tour,
Yeah.
and now I'm doing some person who I've never heard of in this, and they just go, sure, there. And that's why, but also because they're overworked and they're given a million things to do. So they're overworked, they're not well paid, they got all this to do. So that's why, like, you then
Slaves.
go, yeah, you then go, yeah, they're
slaves.
They're sweatshop.
Your tour is built on the back of slave
Yeah,
labor.
you might as well. Your agent might as well be beating a drum in a Bangladeshi sweatshop.
It'll be different this time, Mike.
Sew those tea towels with his name on it together, children.
I just wanted to say this. I'm working with Live Nation for the next tour.
And
I
it'll
lo-
be great.
I love them. They're good people. I see them as family now. We will grow together. We don't need to be overwhelmed by the negativity of two, let's face it, shills. Two shills who don't have the balls to work with a beautiful seismic conglomerate like Live Nation.
I'm with Off the Curb and I'm solely there because my dad was there. You think I'm not past working with Live Nation? You think after everything I've just said, if a better offer came on the table than the one I've already got, I wouldn't jump ship really quickly?
You don't think There Will Be Blood is a good film. You're a man who's lost, confused.
We've agreed that we got that. I've got emptiness in it.
Right.
There's a darkness. There's an arsonist.
There's an narcissist, there's a darkness, And then what is it you have? Because it's slightly more
I feel
nefarious.
like I'm quite relaxed because neither of you have sat back at any point in this podcast, and I'm just chilling.
Last pod, a lot of people brought up how I drink Coke bothers them that I wouldn't leave the Coke.
No, it's that you don't drink it.
No, I drank. It's gone.
Yeah, but every single time in the last episode, you picked up the can
I just like the vibe.
and then started talking and just put it back down.
I just agree with everything Coke stands for. So I just like to shove it on the camera every time.
We're a big business podcast, actually. We're all well behind conglomerates.
Yeah,
that's what we're all about.
But there's nothing wrong with a conglomerate itself, like Live Nation. It's just that the people go there, they work for it. And what can happen is when you work in this job, like I have when I've gone and done gigs for them abroad, is you turn up and nobody knows what the fuck's going on, right? Because they're too busy dealing with something else. Which, let's face it, is way more important because they're dealing with Drake, they're dealing with all of these other things, and then it gets down to like Mo Gilligan's tour, then it gets down to like Troy Hawk's tour, and then it gets to the gig that you've gone to do in Geneva, and you get there and everyone's like, I don't know where your fucking hotel is. Oh shit, we forgot to book you a room. And no, there's no travel from the airport. You've got Google Maps, work it out yourself, and you go, why am I doing this? You then get mad at Live Nation, but then at the same time it's like, all right, well that's what did I think was going to happen? It's like the same way you go do...
But you're going to have a lovely time.
Well, it's all fucking done now, so why couldn't you tell me this? Anyway...
You're going to have a good time with them. They're going to really help you promote the tour. They're good people.
I want to get back, before we end this hour...
We have done... It's definitely over an hour.
But let me just tell you, I just want to...
How much over?
But listen.
An hour and 5. Surely this can be a dream.
I have got to defend There Will Be Blood as a film. I can't let that go. Paul Thomas Anderson is the greatest living director.
Those oil moguls were misunderstood.
So you would sign, if he ran in the comedy agency, you would have signed it. You'd walk into his office.
He'd be drinking your milkshake, you fucking dickhead.
There'd be a beaten to death priest on his bowling alley, and he'd go, don't mind that. And you'd go, oh, I thought it was just part of the vibe. Anyway, he's booked me in to do Melton Mowbray next week.
Listen, the film There Will Be Blood, you're saying like that, it's what, like that, there's oil is bad or whatever. It's a commentary on what it takes to excel in capitalism, basically the amorality, the single-minded sociopathy that it will take for you to get to the top of an empire, and then the fucking hollow husk of a human being it leaves you to do that, because you have to basically sacrifice all your humanity to get to that point. So at the end, you're sitting in this big house with all your money, you've got a bowling alley, you can't enjoy bowling, you're not even able to feel joy. You're one person that you love, this deaf son who you fucking brought away from you because he was slowing you down, is now fucking estranged from you, and you beat someone to death in a bowling alley.
This did feel like a lot of spoilers.
To the 2007 movie There Will Be Blood
that I was going to watch this
Grow
week.
the fuck up, brother.
After you saying it was great, I was going to watch it,
Grow
but now
up,
there's
brother.
no point.
If you haven't watched it, go fuck yourself, brother.
But surely
you go fuck yourself, brother.
Like 2007 isn't old enough to be like, that's still.
It's nearly 20 years old.
Like, I don't. If you want people to watch, like, you know what I mean? It was pretty clear that I was going to watch the film.
It was not clear that you were going to watch the film. It's not clear you will ever watch another film in your life. You've watched 6 films, and fucking 5 of them have been Finding Nemo.
You haven't seen
you
Alien.
cunt.
You haven't seen Paris, Texas. You're uncultured. I'm catching up. I'm going to be the film buff of this pod very soon.
You are in your fucking
very
hole, brother.
soon. I've seen Paris, Texas.
Yeah, and I'm going to go watch it now and have a better opinion on it than you.
We're all going to the cinema after the.
We are going to cinema after this. There's like
sinners.
8 brothers just descending on the cinema. Like
I don't think we can say brothers like when we're going to see Sinners and using that. I don't think the white people can start going in going brothers.
Like, you're right.
This is we're going to have our, this is like a Black Panther moment. We've got to listen.
That's right. We're going to listen at Sinners. We're actually not going to talk. We're going to it's our time to sit down and listen. I will say, I think my defense of There Will Be Blood there, even though short, was fucking sick. And I think a lot of people will back me up on that. I think a lot of people will really get behind me on that one. Lads, the Patreon, I want to talk about Conor McGregor, Tucker Carlson, Kanye.
I've seen what's on your hand, and it's fucking wild.
I'm on tour,
it says Kanye, Bob Catter, and McGregor.
I will be on tour. I also have a special out. I will also be at the Edinburgh Fringe for 2 weeks for a limited run. Mike, would you like to ruin it while I try to advertise? I want to try.
Not at all. Elliot's special is great. He's a great stand-up. Go see him. Edinburgh Fringe. Go see him. He's personally off stage. He's not a good person. Genuinely, he's just, by any metric, he's not a good human being. But he's spent a lot of time working on stand-up comedy and he's gotten really good at it.
Thank you. That's actually the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
Yeah.
He's not a good person by any metric.
By any metric that you would measure the decency of a human being, he would not fare well.
Plug your tour.
I'm on tour, you pigs!
Why do you shout?
Because it makes me feel alive and heard, and I've got some issues. Now, I'm on tour. The pre-sale is going to be on the Patreon right now, 10 a.m. from Thursday. So when this episode comes out, there's going to be pre-sale. They're going to go quick. General sale is May 2nd, which is Friday. So that's tomorrow if you're listening on the first day. May 2nd, 10 a.m. general sale. It'll be on my Instagram, my website, everywhere. Get the fucking tickets. It's going to be sick. Best show ever. I'm going to fucking... suck someone off. See there.
Yeah, Live Nation. That's who you're going to be sucking.
You dirty dog.
To pay off your debt.
You dirty dog. All right. See you on the Patreon. Bye. No. You're doing well enough. You're doing well enough.
I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe. If you want to come see me in August, that would be nice. I'm also doing work in progress shows in the lead up to it in places like Leeds, in places like London. Lots of London shows. There's Glasgow, that's sold out. Edinburgh, that's sold out. But yeah, come along and see me. There's a few London shows that are kicking about on the internet. Places like Always Be Comedy and Top Secret Comedy Club. If you just have a search on those websites, they'll be there because I couldn't be bothered putting them on my website. But do come along. I would like that. And sign up to the Patreon because we just lost a sponsor. Bye.
Nice.